They said we're working really, really hard on this. They've been studying it.
Is that what this song is about? Was it about pee the whole time?
Yeah, Chris Martin was into water sports. You didn't know that? When he was married to Gwyneth Paltrow?
That's sweet.
Is your son still in his Coldplay phase, by
Hell no. He's in college. He's listening to Pink Floyd nonstop. He's got Radiohead tattoos. What are you talking about? No, he was in Coldplay when he was like 10 years old. I don't know why, but, you know.
That's funny. I just remember that.
Yeah, he was trying to find himself musically, and I couldn't get either of my older children into heavy metal.
I didn't know your kids even had tattoos. Your son has tattoos?
Both my older kids have tattoos.
Ooh, he's tatted?
When my daughter turned 18, she got a couple of tattoos.
Oh, my.
He's not tatted. He didn't have a sleeve.
Tatted up.
He's got a couple of tattoos, yeah.
On his neck and back of his
Not
ear?
on his neck. He's going to be gainfully employed. He's already got a job. He doesn't have
He's
to
a Nepo baby. You're going to leave him millions when you pass.
Nepo baby.
He's an heiress.
He's an heiress?
He's an heiress, Alan.
Yeah,
heir, sorry.
all right. He's an heiress.
Heir to the Alan Cox throne.
Yeah. No, but this is not a throne. This is no empire, trust me. Yeah, anyway, they've been studying pee, I guess, for 50 years, trying to figure out why it's all yellow. Listen, Zappa told you not to eat the yellow snow. We're working on this for a while. And if you're lucky, your pee is yellow. A lot of people whose pee ain't yellow. It's not supposed to look like iced tea. Drink more water, homie.
My pee's like clear a lot.
Yeah, that's
like
good too.
Like a very
That's good
light
too.
yellow clear.
Yeah.
There will be those hangover days where it is
Apple
almost
juice.
orange. Yeah,
Yeah.
apple juice.
It looks like maple
Yeah.
syrup. Well, that's not good. It's not supposed to have the same viscosity either, last time I checked.
So if my pee looks like Coke, then that's bad.
Coca-Cola? You're a
powder?
little dehydrated. You're a little dehydrated. The beverage, Mary, not the drug.
I don't know.
If it
I'm
comes
a
out
New
like
Yorker now.
if it comes out like cocaine, hey, look at my pee. It looks like cocaine.
It's powder. You want to do
Hey.
an 8-ball?
Yeah. You want to do an 8-ball off my ball? Get over here. There's an enzyme in your pee. It took them 50 years to figure this out. They've been studying enzymes forever. It's a result of the degradation of red blood cells.
Ooh.
And so when those red blood cells break down, produces an orange pigment. And then that goes into your guts, and it can come out as a part of your urine. You know, listen, parents of premature kids might know there's something called bilirubin, that your child can look very, very jaundiced. And sometimes adults can get this too. But like when Nora was born, she was in like the little incubator thing. She was a month early. She was in that little incubator thing with like the Velcro sunglasses on because they were trying to get the color right, I guess. So anyway, for people who've been sitting around, you know, and wondering about their urine, that's what's going on. As for whether or not the song was about that, I don't know.
Probably.
I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with that song.
What else could it be about?
Coldplay's first foray into pop culture was that song Yellow, 20, 25 years ago maybe?
Yeah,
And it had to have been about pee.
It was probably like, what, 2000 or 99, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so there's that whole thing. Speaking of pee, Pornhub. I don't know why states ban porn sites because it's a second grader can figure out how to get around them. But Montana and North Carolina are the two states that have most recently done the age verification laws that have taken effect, which ostensibly means that you can't get on a porn site. But a VPN will handle this immediately, and anybody who wants to look at porn knows there's a billion places to get it. So I don't know who this is supposed to protect. I don't know what this is supposed to do. It seems like more posturing in state government, but I don't understand it at all.
Mary, when you were in Virginia, they were asking for verification for
Yeah, they wanted.
Pornhub.
Well, no. You couldn't get in at all.
Oh.
Like there were certain sites that they were like,
Oh, they just won't let
you
you.
can't do it at all. There were some sites that were like,
That's weird though, because when I was in
send in your
Virginia, it was no
ID.
problem.
It was like put in a picture of your ID or
I wonder if they
type
changed
in your
it
driver's license number or something. I don't know. It was weird.
because when I was there, it was no problem.
Oh, good for you, Bill.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Bill's operating at a different porn access
I
level.
see that.
I mean, I went to Pornhub and let me Pornhub.
Pornhub and sites like it say that requiring people's IDs puts their privacy at risk, which, by the way, is a tough argument to make when most websites are dealing with data breaches all the time,
I feel
too.
like everything, Facebook,
Of course.
Instagram, they all have my data.
23andMe came out and said it's your fault if you got your data breached.
all these places now, or all these apps and websites that require like your phone number. They send you a verification code. Like everything is double and triple verified. They have
Well,
my
you should
phone number.
you should at the very least have two-factor authentication, though. You should have that. Authenticality. I'm sorry. Get the 2FA in there. It's 2024.
I'm like, man, who's remembering all these passwords? And then you put them in your phone, and then it's like, oh, well, now what happens if I forget the password to my phone? And then
Forget the password to your phone.
Well,
Just use a randomizer.
I have face
Use a password
recognition.
randomizer.
I
That's what I use.
Yeah, but you're not going to remember that. So
That's the point. They're also not going to be able to hack it. I mean, I don't get my stuff hacked because my passwords are 13 characters long.
But I don't think that's how people aren't guessing your passwords, and that's how you get hacked. I think it's you click on a link, and then they
and then
have
you
all
type
your
it
information.
in.
Well, that's
Yeah.
part of it, but
No
there's
one's
also
doing that
people
anymore.
using 1234 1234 as their
I think-
passwords.
As far as hacking goes, I think that's rare. No one's just like guessing a password.
No,
It's-
every year they go, these are the most
popular
passwords, and it's, A, B, C, D, whatever.
It's like password 1 exclamation.
Some guy working the Homer Simpson job at the power plant, guy in charge of safety and security, is using 1234 as his password.
Or just password.
Nobody. I figured they wouldn't be able to get it because I used a 0 instead of an O in password. Both of my S's were 5s. How are they going to look past that?
A password randomizer. See, I don't like that neither because I want to know.
You don't like that neither?
You
Neither.
don't like that.
I don't like
neither.
that neither.
don't like that
Honestly,
neither.
if he just spells things the way he thinks they're spelled, he'll be fine.
Oh,
Nobody will hack
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I absolutely do. That's what
No
comes
one's guessing balsamic.
Menus to society.
I spelled confiscated with a 0 instead of an O.
I stylize my passwords, okay?
That is a good way to put it. He's stylized. He is very stylish.
Everyone
Stylish
stylizes
guy.
their
Confiscated.
Yeah.
GameStop was just like a scapegoat, I
I
guess.
stylize my personality with my speech.
You really do. You're like one giant bedazzled denim jacket, aren't you? It's very stylized. Yeah. I was over the break. There was a guy who was running a university who they fired because they found out he and his wife were doing OnlyFans or something. How do you get to that point? Because
'Cause
usually,
they don't get paid anything.
what's that? No, I don't mean the money. Like, how do they not know that before the guy? Because people who run or are hired to run a university or be a chancellor or whatever that position is called based on the university, they do a lot of vetting. Those people bounce around. They go, this guy used to run, some guy I think over at Cleveland State just left to go run Wake Forest in some capacity. And so these people move around quite a bit. And there was a guy, we have bureau chiefs up there in La Crosse, Wisconsin, the guy who was the chancellor of UW La Crosse. There's a lot of University of Wisconsin branch schools, the main one's in Madison, but there's a lot of them. There's Stevens Point, there's La Crosse, there's a lot of them. And the guy, Dr. Joe Gao,
Ooh, let me
and
see.
his wife, their side hustle was he was a vegan porn star. And this guy was the chancellor of University of Wisconsin La Crosse. And they fired him.
I don't understand. Why is it a big deal?
It's still a big deal because,
though?
This is the guy. He's not like super attractive.
I don't
he's
think they're. I think they probably have their audience. I mean, he's
He's
a middle-aged dude. He and his wife are middle-aged people.
He's a good looking for like an older guy, but he's like not. He's not someone I would expect to have an OnlyFans, and maybe that's the allure of it.
Also, the trouble with this is because you have to promote it and because you have to do it on open platforms, like you're not even trying to really hide it.
You gotta wear a mask.
Well, they had an account on X. They were on OnlyFans and Loyal Fans. They're doing. He and his wife were doing fully explicit scenes.
Hell yeah.
And I think they're suing the university. They've also written 2 books under pseudonyms, and they have a YouTube channel. So I don't know when this
Wow.
guy was actually doing his job,
He was getting it popping.
where they cook vegan meals
Hustle
with
culture.
sex performers.
I know so many people that said, I want to start OnlyFans, but I don't want people to know that I started OnlyFans. I'm like, well, how
Those
are
are
you
gonna be your fans.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the allure is anyone, the person next door could be doing OnlyFans. That is how OnlyFans popped off. Everyone is curious about what their neighbors are doing, what their teachers are doing in their private lives. And so that's the allure. So I'm like, if you take that away, it's just regular porn. You could look at amateur porn on the internet.
Well, these 2 are thinking about legal action. The people at the university said they were alarmed and disgusted. But the guy had tenure, but they're like, he goes, I don't understand what the big he goes, this is all
No wonder he
protected.
started an OnlyFans. He got 10. Good for him.
It's all protected by
If I had a tenner, I'd start an OnlyFans.
tenured, Bill. Tenured.
honestly, though-
Tenured.
I think he was looking for a way to get out or to, like, file a lawsuit.
but
because
usually-
you're not going to.
But this also just goes to show you how well sex work pays for some people. I mean, there's a lot of people not making any money yet, but by the time you're getting to the top of university administration, you're making a good chunk of money. It's not Harvard. It's UW La Crosse.
I don't think anyone does porn because it doesn't pay well. You have to. You're exposing, like, your lives. Like, you may have a porn name, but eventually your family and friends are going to see you do it.
Well, you're doing it because you're trying to make money. Everybody thinks that it's like podcasting. Everybody thinks, I'll start a podcast and then I'll be a millionaire.
Well, according to the Spreaker commercials.
Right. You know what I'm saying? 99% of them, stop after 3 or 4 episodes because they're like, oh, I thought I'd be rich by now. Same thing with porn. Everybody's like, oh, I'll get on OnlyFans. I'll make a ton of money. Now, a lot of people do. But we've talked about it here, though. It's a full-time goddamn job. You got to hustle to get people to know you're out there because everybody's doing it. So
Not everybody's doing it.
there are a lot of people doing it as a side hustle. It's got to be.
But
for women and gay men, it's got to be the number one side hustle.
Well,
if you're willing to do it, you can make some money if you promote it.
but
There's a lot of people who aren't making that kind of money. They're hoping to, but how long do you do it and see meager returns before you go, I got to figure something else out?
if you're
So it hurts.
if you're a good-looking girl, you don't have to try that hard. You just have to let people know that
That's
you're doing
not true.
I think it's more
if
of a
you're-
hustle than you think it is.
It is.
But it's
I know people
it's
that do
absolutely
it.
a hustle because guess what? There are a lot of good-looking girls.
Right.
And there are
But
a
they're
lot
not
of...
all of them are OnlyFans.
What?
I said,
I'm talking about girls that are on OnlyFans. They're not all millionaires.
But-
They're not all, we talk about these because the ones that make the news are the teachers who get fired and they go, well, I'm going to miss my kids, but I'm making $30,000 a month.
Yeah, like take Tommy.
Not everybody's doing that.
Tommy from my podcast, like she makes okay money, but I mean, she advertises a lot and she's not making like quit her job money, and that's where she spends, and she hustles with it.
Is it? And I guess I don't know, Tommy. I've never asked, but like, are a lot of her fans people that she knew from back in the day, like people she went to high school with, or people that she met in passing, or are they completely random people? Because
I mean, she gets them from all over the place. She's got a lot of people that follow her, but it's more of a hustle than you think. And I mean, she's got blonde hair, big boobs. You think you'd be able to post,
Tatted.
tatted up, like checks a lot of boxes for people, and she's putting it all on there. But it's not like you post that and then all of a sudden you're a millionaire.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't think that. But straight guys have to get used to the loyal fan base of the gays. Like girls, I don't know how many girls are on OnlyFans, but I'm sure it's far less than gay men. So
You mean consuming Yeah.
OnlyFans content. Like your subscribers are, if you're a guy doing OnlyFans, your subscribers are going to be gay men.
Well, this guy at the University of Wisconsin La Crosse is getting fired. He and his wife think that it's all a bunch of nonsense that he was fired.
I don't think so.
We think our sex is beautiful and have no qualms at all about other people watching us make love.
Because it doesn't matter. I think
Mary.
it doesn't matter anymore.
It does matter.
Why?
It only matters if people say it matters.
So,
And
Alan,
so
you-
far,
you'd be
so
okay
far,
with-
people are saying this still matters. It's making us look bad. It's all about PR, and it's all about
So you wouldn't care if your daughter's teacher was a sex worker?
Not if she's
teaching
doing it
my
with her
child
husband,
properly.
and it's her husband.
This goes back to the whole drag queen story time thing. They're not filling out applications for your kid to become a drag queen.
And I'm not
They're
saying-
reading books.
I'm not saying
if the
any-
teacher is teaching my child properly and I'm happy with her work, I don't care what else she does.
And I'm taking out any
And she gives
aspect
you a
of...
free month.
You don't think that's a bit of a distraction? I'm not saying anything about their character. I'm not saying any
You're asking
grooming or anything like that.
you're asking the wrong guy, because I would be in a distinct minority. You're
I think it would
right.
be a distraction.
You're right that it's
How?
only a distraction if you make it.
Because if you know how your teacher looks naked, you're not going to
But
focus on
I'm
anything
not
else.
going to know how she looks naked. All the other dads whose wives found out
Okay.
that they were
And-
following
and
her,
the kids in
like
the class will see
I've
it,
never
and everyone
seen
will see it.
I've never seen Mary's sister naked. I can,
She
But-
has an OnlyFans.
right, but I don't
I wanted
because
to clarify
I don't.
that for you, so that way people aren't like, "Is Alan texting Mary's sister?"
Yeah, we go way back. Don't worry about it. No, because I've never looked at that. I've never logged on to that. If my daughter's second grade teacher, I found I was doing OnlyFans, I would have no qualms about that because I understand. I get it. Now, again, I would be drowned out by all the pearl clutching, of course. But if I were asked
I didn't know
to,
she was doing pearl clutching.
yeah.
Ooh.
Well, first you got to clutch them, then you
Yeah.
got to pull them. It's like starting
Yeah.
a lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I think I would have a problem with that.
But you also are the only one that has no experience whatsoever raising a child in any way.
Okay. Well, then my opinion doesn't matter.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, no, I wouldn't even go that far. I understand what you're saying. If you say it would be a distraction at the school, you're absolutely correct. But that's different than you asking me. You wouldn't care if your kid's teacher was doing OnlyFans. I would not care if my kid's teacher, if she's doing her job that properly, and she's a good teacher, that's what she's there for. I mean, she might be a great cook at home too, but I'm not asking her how she makes a quiche because I don't care. She's not there to cook. She's there to teach my kid. And as long as she's doing that properly, I don't care what else is going on.
Okay.
When's the last time anybody made a quiche?
People still make quiches.
I
I
don't-
confuse quiche and frittata.
Well, they're both egg-based, right?
A quiche is like a frittata wrapped in a pastry, right?
Yeah, it's like a tart. Yeah.
Okay.
A frittata is more like a what? Like a crepe?
Baked omelet.
I feel like quiches was a big thing in the 80s, and then they really fell off.
Oh, of course. And I don't know why that became like a culinary thing, but
Like the 80s was all about quiches. Quiches and casseroles.
yeah. I mean, people would say, real men don't eat quiche. That was a
Yeah, that
book,
was the
I
whole
think.
thing, yeah.
A precursor to the
Oh, yeah.
Men Are From
No, it
Mars.
was not.
Yes, it
Real
was,
Men Don't
yes.
Eat
Are you
Quiche was a book.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes. Because quiche was such a...
It's super gay. It's gay to eat eggs and pastry.
Now, it was a satire book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a humor book. But 1982, Real Men Don't Eat Quiche is a best-selling book in 1982. I think my mom and dad had it. But yeah, that was a book. Nice
I
Guys
used-
Sleep Alone was one of their other ones.
I think I used to get a quiche from Panera. I feel like I've had a Panera quiche.
Oh, good for you.
You know, honestly. I don't understand what
Panera
your problem
quiche.
is.
Who goes to Panera and gets anything other than a salad or a sandwich?
If you go for
Dude,
breakfast.
who can afford to go
Breakfast?
to Panera?
Yeah, if you go and get like a bagel or a pastry or
Right.
a coffee
Or a quiche?
or quiche.
Wow.
I just want that murder lemonade. That's all I want.
Yeah, right.
Just give me that lemonade that's going to kill me.
Yeah.
now.
If you go to a place where the warning on the lemonade is the same as the warning before you get on a roller coaster,
Mhm.
man, give me 64 ounces of that. Yummy. Hey, do you have a heart condition? Are you pregnant? Don't drink this lemonade. All right. Sounds good. I haven't had Panera. Holy Christ. In like 2 years.
Panera got way ahead of everybody else on the inflation.
Oh, God, it's always been expensive.
Yeah, Panera's been charging $18 for a salad since like 2001.
Now they look downright affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I found a new deli right next to the radio station here in Manhattan. It is so small.
New York, not India.
Manhattan, India? Oh,
No,
New
Delhi.
I can't stand you. I'm so glad I don't have to see
Bill
you when you
Squire
say
at the
things like
Patina
that.
Arts Festival.
Center.
Center.
They have Ohio prices, bro. I walk in, there's like a build your own salad bar where you can add as many toppings as you want and it doesn't cost extra. And then you get a protein and a cheese and your lettuce for free, or for the like $8.99. And you can add as many toppings as you want. And then there's like sandwiches and wraps, also like $10 max. And then they have a whole hot bar station that has a lot of seafood on it that I don't really trust. But I got a $9 salad today. And I was like, dude, these are like, this is cheap. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I was pretty excited about it. Cheaper than Panera.
Look at you. Because you're right by Carnegie Hall, right? Where iHeart is?
Practice.
Yeah. It's like
how do you get there?
On the subway?
Practice.
No. Practice.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to pee.
It's not the Carnegie Deli. That place isn't still
No.
around.
It's called Star something.
Yeah.
Star
Bar? Star Hot Bar?
Mary,
No. What?
did we ask how the bathrooms are there, by the way?
They are in suite. I can tell you that much. I walk directly up
that's
my
nice.
room,
Of course
hang
they
a
are.
right, and I'm at the bathroom, baby.
They blowing them up there though?
No, there's like no one here.
Yeah, no,
This
all
is
the
a
shows,
morning show building, big time.
Yeah.
all the shows
So, like-
come back January 8th.
But they're also going to be gone by the time I get here.
Right. Elvis
engine-
and the Breakfast
Elvis
Club.
Duran
and
and
all.
Breakfast Club, I guess they were telling me.
What's in that box behind you?
Huh? There's a bunch of boxes. There's like, they put me in a
Go through
storage
'em.
room. No, I'm not going to go through them.
See what they got?
Just got
Go
here.
through them.
Did you get fired? I just got here. But I did get my little zippy pass today where I can swipe into the building.
Hey,
which is
look at
exciting.
you.
I know.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
no, they
My
actually
face
put
on it.
their face on it on that
Yeah.
one, not like ours where they're just like, here's a blank card, whatever.
Like, no,
Yeah.
no one's going to break in here.
Think about
fine.
that. If any of us went to iHeart New York, Mary would have to let us in.
Oh, you're welcome.
I would call ahead.
Bobby
Yeah, me too.
Pitts.
Yeah.
I got a break. Hey, if you want tickets for your Monsters hockey team, they are playing the Rochester Americans, Cleveland Monsters. This Saturday night, I will have 4 tickets for you coming back.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have.
Just tell me to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Happy New Year.
Happy freaking New Year!
So, we heard your New Year's resolution is to be at the biggest alt-rock show on the planet.
iHeartRadio Alter Ego 2024.
Presented by Capital One.
Just added to our superstar lineup, Fall Out Boy.
Plus the 1975.
The Black Keys.